Good morning, guys. Let's go ahead and get ready for work. My eyebrows are done. I'm cleaning them up. Y'all know that drill. For primer, my Good Vibes Only and my Elf Cookies and Dream and my Milani No Pore Zone primer. Yeah, I'm going to use 3 primers today. I've been loving this combination. That's why. But today is Thursday. It's the work day. Let's get ready for work. And we could sit down and chat a little bit because I've been seeing a lot about the T.I. son and his mama and the argument and all of that stuff. I could take a lot of things, y'all. I can deal with. I could ignore a lot of things. But a disrespectful child is not one of them. Is not one of them. And a lot of people are saying, oh, it's a call for help. It's a cry for help. There's something else going on there. And he's looking for attention. And scratch all that. Forget all that. Even if you're looking for attention, you don't have to be disrespectful. And I always say what you allow a child to do in private, they're going to go out in public and do the same thing eventually one day. So if you let them talk to you like that in your home and have conversations like that with you in your home, when they get out in public, they're going to think they can talk to you the same way. Like, my kids don't talk to me like I'm their friend. I'm not your friend. Y'all can yo bro and gang and what's going on and hi. No. We not cool like that. I'm not the cool parent. I could be the corny, plain, basic parent. I don't care what you call me. Well, you're not about to call me gang. Not at all. And it very well may be some issues that the child feels that, he didn't receive while growing up, or the attention he needs or whatever. Nothing is ever going to make me understand how you could talk to your mom and your dad the way you do. Nothing will ever make me, nothing, well, I guess I should say nothing can ever will justify. I'm 43 years old, and right now if mama make me mad, I'll just walk away, or I'll just say nothing. I'll just say nothing and just let her have it. And I don't think the generation today knows how to let people just have it. Like, they have to have the final say. They have to have the final word. Like, like they have to be right. And we would have never known any of this had the young boy not been on live recording a conversation. It's just something about this social media day and age where everybody wants to be get a click or whatever, I like or view or all of that. And it's like, it was okay if y'all were having a conversation, you were on live or whatever, but the minute like the conversation or the started to take a turn for something else, that should have been ended. You should have clicked off, but he stayed on it, through it all. And it's like, why? And I don't know if it's like to promote whatever they got coming up, or you know what I mean. And all the money in the world, all the success, what you deem success in the world, is not worth your self-dignity, the respect of your family. Even if somebody were to come and say, here, I'll give you $1 million if you, like, curse your mama out. Well, I guess I'm about to be broke because I ain't about to curse my mama out. You know what I mean? I guess I'm just going to have to be broke. I'm going to have to get it another type of way because that ain't going to happen. So I don't know. I just don't know if it's just a generation or if it's just people in general. But I was never raised like that. first, I was never raised to be in what you would consider, I'm looking for my blending brush, a grown folks business. Grown folks con. Okay, guys, of course I was talking and my microphone died on me. This was my first initial reaction to the Glam Light Chocolate Martini palette. I decided to try it this day and I was so excited. And once again, I started to scrap the video, but I think nothing beats your initial reaction video. Like the second time is not, you're not really surprised with the product, especially if you enjoyed it. And I must say, I was really excited and I really enjoyed this palette, right? So I just cleaned up my eyebrows and I put some e.l.f. Deep Chestnut Concealer on my eyebrows. And as you can see, I was talking to you guys that day just about kids in general and teaching them to always be respectful. And because you can always agree to disagree, but it's the way that you express yourself. And whether it comes off respectful or disrespectful. So that's what the topic of that conversation basically was. And was this? No, this wasn't a Friday. This wasn't a Friday. But anyway, so on the chocolate martini palette by Glam Light, I use the shade dark chocolate, and I use it's right here, and I use the, it's kind of like, it's called chocolate liqueur, and it's kind of like a brown glitter shade, but it has reflects of pink and gold in it. So those were my two shades, and then the face itself was just a really simple everyday face, nothing too dramatic about it. But y'all know I decided to leave the clips in. But the eyeshadow, like Glam Light is probably my new go-to favorite eyeshadow company to get shadows from, because I'm like, oh my gosh, the pigment was there, the blending was there. And because sometimes you could see a color in a palette, and then when you apply it, it's like either a totally different color or it's kind of sketchy and it doesn't really give off the pigment as it does inside of the palette. But I've never had an issue with Glam Light when it comes to the pigment of their shadows. And I found two eyeshadows at Marshall's, two eyeshadow palettes from them at Marshall's. But some people say that you can also find them at TJ Maxx. Yeah. So here I am applying my Nude Stick Concealer in Nude 8. I've been loving this technique. This technique that you're seeing now is one that I have absolutely been loving and adoring, where I put my concealer down first, then I do my contour, and then I put a very, very light layer of foundation on my face. I just feel like this helps me not to use so much foundation, because sometimes I can overly use foundation. Like I always pump out too much and it's not needed. And then sometimes, it can cause your face to look cakey or too full coverage. I'm not necessarily, I like the full coverage look, not the full coverage feel. So I guess this is a good way of me to build my products up to the consistency that I enjoy, or the coverage that I enjoy, which is probably like a high medium coverage. I wouldn't necessarily say full, because it doesn't bother me if I have a mark or two that somehow still shines brightly through. I don't mind, because it just makes your face, to me, look more natural, because you're not all like a blank canvas. You're not like all perfect with no cracks or creases or marks or any of that. So it just gives the makeup look a unique type of look to me. So I don't mind marks or whatever showing through. And that's why I hardly ever color correct. So yeah, my new favorite, I guess this would be considered high-end foundation, is the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation in Macao. 2 weeks. 2 weeks strong. I've been wearing this foundation. I've been wearing it. I've been loving it. And it's nothing else to say. I just would highly, I think I take this over the natural Longwear from Nars. Like, I like the light reflecting better because it's so skin-like and just natural. It gives that natural, simple, like type of look. So yeah, I take the natural light over that. So I'm taking my Lancome Tint Idole in the shade 435 to actually highlight with. You all know that this is one of my favorite, I guess you would consider this high-end too, favorite high-end concealers. I'm so happy that I finally found a shade to highlight with because I used to use shade 460 and it would give me a highlight, but it wasn't like necessarily a strong highlight. So I'm glad I got 435. 435 is the perfect highlight shade, exactly what I need. And I was just talking, and then when I went to edit the video, I'm like, I looked over and realized, I think once I started blending something, that the blue light on the microphone was not on. I was like, it's completely dead. Like, oh my gosh. It's a microphone. It's going to be me. This microphone is going to teach me a lesson. You hear me? It's going to actually teach me a lesson. Yeah, but I'm just blending it out. You all have seen me use these products like a million times. I'm the YouTuber that used the same products over and over again, just in different ways on different days. But it all boils down to me using the same products. And yeah, just blending it out with my Car Beauty sponge. And then I'm going to set, of course, probably with my Sacha Buttercup. Yeah, see, I know even before I pull it out what I'm going to use because I just know. The main purpose of me keeping this video was to tell y'all my initial reaction to the Glam Light palette. If you can find the chocolate martini, if you can find it at Marshalls or TJ Maxx, I got mine on Black Friday during their Black Friday sale for $12. But if you can find it at Marshalls or TJ Maxx, I suggest you pick it up. It doesn't look like all of that, right? It doesn't look like all of that. But when you put it on your eyes, oh man, it is everything. And not just because I'm a chocolate brown lover, it's because it's the pigment. The pigment is there. And if you could get it at Marshalls or TJ Maxx for a fraction of the price, then by all means, go ahead and do exactly that. So I use my RCMA no color powder, of course, to set the remainder of my face along with my eyebrows, because lately my eyebrows been getting oily, and that could very well be because I've been putting castor oil on them. Like, what? Yeah, I've been putting castor oil on them, so that very well can be the issue. But here, neither there. Then I take my Black Radiance pressed powder and black coffee to bronze up the face. I knew that I was going to put on a leopard sweater. Like half of my sweaters are either leopard, cheetah, some type of animal print. So I can be kind of versatile with my makeup. Yeah, like all of my sweaters are like from the animal kingdom. I love prints like that. And lightly contouring the nose just a little bit with that bronzer. And I say I was so happy with this eye look. Like, I was so happy. I was so happy. So I used the same dark chocolate shade as a lip liner. Been really digging using my eyeshadow as lip liners because they last way longer. You really don't have to think about it. You don't have to hurt your head and think about it and like, oh, what can I use? And I also used a nude shade in there as a lipstick. So I used eyeshadow as lipstick today. Makeup is what you make of it. Use it how you want to use it. Don't be afraid. Just go ahead and make it work. And I'm using the Make It Last Milani setting spray. And then I'll use my sponge to lightly press it in to make sure it's set. I'm so glad I started doing this little trick instead of just letting the setting spray sit on my face. I feel like my makeup is looking way more pressed in. So Duchess, my Lorac lip gloss, I use that as a topper. I could have done a matte lip, but sometimes I'm matte, most of the time I'm not. I'm a glossy girl, so that's where that comes in at. And I knew that my doggone microphone wasn't off, but I just still wanted to show y'all the end results because this was my first impressions. So that's the palette. That's the eyes. That's the face, and I'm out of here. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and if you enjoyed, please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna catch y'all in my next video. Bye guys.